Although the definition of a supercar has evolved over the last 2 decades, the metal content that makes up this class remains sensational. Here are the world's best mid-engined high-performance machines. We're not celebrating the very top of the performance car market, but rather the cars that come to mind when you think of a modern Ferrari, McLaren, or Lamborghini. Maserati and Aston Martin would not be lining up to join if it wasn't a lucrative club to be part of. To win this competition, you must show that your designers and engineers can handle a dynamic brief that is intrinsically challenging, endure a fiercely competitive environment, and satisfy some of the motor industry's most discerning clients. Before we continue, please smash that like button, share, and comment on this video. Subscribe to the channel and put the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. The Ferrari 296 GTB. The 296 GTB dispelled any fears that the demise of the pure petrol Ferrari would signal the end of the unique and compelling character that underpins so many of Fiorano's finest. While the ferociously quick but slightly spiky SF90 Stradale was a test of the firm's plug-in powertrains, this smaller and less expensive offering, relatively speaking because it's still a 250,000 pound car, feels far more resolved to the point where you wonder why you were worried Maranello got it wrong. A new twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 engine mated to a 164 bhp electric motor delivers a staggering combined total of 819 bhp in what is essentially a mid-ranking Ferrari. As expected, performance is relentlessly, savagely sensational, and it boasts a claimed 15.5 miles of electric-only range. More importantly, the ICE feels and sounds as special as any that has carried the Prancing Horse logo on its cam covers, responding to every input with zeal and emitting a howl that convinces you that it has twice as many cylinders. It's a remarkable supercar that demonstrates that increasing levels of electrification don't always imply diminishing driver rewards. McLaren 720S. There are a few more direct or effective ways for cars in this segment of the performance car market to demonstrate their superiority than by accelerating faster, lapping faster, and stopping harder than their competitors. The McLaren 720S is capable of all three. In fact, in many of the performance benchmarks used by road testers, this 710 bhp blockbuster is a better match for a modern hypercar than one of its mid-engine rivals. It's also unusually communicative and easy to drive, a supreme ergonomic achievement, and it rewards a rambunctious track style more than any of its predecessors. In 2020, McLaren introduced the McLaren 765 LT, a lighter, faster, and more track-focused version of the 720S. Power and torque were increased to 754 bhp and 590 pound-per-foot, respectively, while weight was reduced by 80 kilograms. It's a very special car, and it's also an Autocar Top 10 chart topper, ranking first in our hardcore sports car chart. Ferrari SF90 Stradale. This sort of successor to the LaFerrari hypercar is Ferrari's most powerful road car in history. It's also the car with the fastest lap time around the company's Fiorano test track. Oh, and it's a plug-in hybrid capable of traveling up to 15 miles solely on electricity. The SF90 Stradale, then, is a very different kind of Ferrari. It employs a heavily modified version of the 48 Pistas twin-turbocharged 3.9-liter V8 engine, which is complemented by a trio of electric motors, raising the Ferrari's total power output to a staggering 986 bhp and allowing for a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 2.5 seconds. It's unquestionably a technological triumph. Despite the added weight of the powertrain, it's just as incisive, intuitive, engaging, and devastatingly quick as you'd expect from a mid-engine Ferrari. However, you should eat your Weetabix before turning off the stability control systems, because the knife-edge SF90 requires respect and concentration when exploring the area between grip and slip. The fact that it is a comfortable long-distance cruiser is a plus, and the fact that it could theoretically be used as a zero-emissions commuter car is an amazing prospect to consider. The SF90 is an extremely promising blueprint for Ferrari's electrified future. Lamborghini Huracan Evo. Only the creators of the world's rarest and most expensive hand-built automotive exotics can now compete with Lamborghini in terms of creating cars with pure combustive drama, traffic-stopping looks, and a feral, unfettered soul. The Huracan may be the company's entry-level model, but it's no second-rate offering in terms of sensational styling or its fantastically wild, naturally aspirated V10, an engine that outperforms in terms of speed, responsiveness, and audible character in equal measure. The facelifted Evo version gains rear-wheel steering and torque vectoring, bringing the Huracan's game closer to that of rivals McLaren and Ferrari. The fact that you get the 631 bhp powertrain from the old hardcore Huracan Performante further cements this junior Lamborghini's reputation as a seriously rewarding, engaging supercar. There's also a rear-wheel drive version of the Evo. Its magnificent V10 produces slightly less power than its four-wheel drive siblings, but by removing the front drive shafts, it gains a lot more character and dynamic appeal. Do you require another dose of adrenaline? There has to haul around. The stiffened suspension is nearly unsuitable for the road, but the razor-sharp responses and incredible adjustability compensate. Maserati MC20. There was a time not long ago when many people believed Maserati was nearing the end of its life. The Italian brand had become a shadow of its former self, with the characterful but aging GT model supporting the lackluster Ghibli and Quattroport saloons. Even the introduction of the admittedly average Levante SUV failed to generate the kind of buzz in showrooms that suggested the brand could have a long and profitable future. While their performance is excellent in this class, it's the way the MC20 handles the bits in between the straights that sets it apart. For starters, it weighs around 1,500 kilograms, which combined with the quick steering results in the kind of agility normally reserved for fleeing gazelles. It's not as communicative as a McLaren or as quick-witted as a Ferrari 296 GTB, but it's close, and it combines this cornering dynamism with a ride quality that makes it genuinely enjoyable to live with. McLaren Artura. McLaren has struggled in recent years, failing to fully capitalize on the ready flow of well-heeled buyers that has allowed arch rivals such as Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Porsche to post healthy profits during a period when much of the rest of the world is in financial turmoil. So much is riding on Artura's success, which is arguably the brand's first new design in more than a decade. There's certainly no faulting the ambition of the newcomer, which shares almost nothing with its innumerable predecessors, all of which were related in one way or another. The 3.5-liter dual-turbocharged V6 engine, electrical architecture, and other components have all been designed from scratch. The Artura is a plug-in hybrid thanks to the combination of the 95 bhp electric motor and carbon fiber frame, with a combined weight of less than 1,500 kg and a motor and battery that weighs just 130 kg, the latter setup was created to be as light as possible. Should you inquire, it also makes a claim for 19 miles of all-EV travel. More significantly, the Artura feels quicker than this already outstanding statistic would suggest, thanks to the additional torque provided by the electric motor, which contributes to the powertrain's combined output of 671 bhp. It sounds terrific too, and the chassis offers lots of driver engagement and dynamic perfection, as one would expect from a McLaren. Few competitors can provide such clear communication at your fingertips thanks to the brand's continued use of hydraulic steering, and it turns flat and quickly with excellent body control. It makes sense, doesn't it? Why then doesn't it rank first on this list? Artura has had a challenging development process, thus despite several delays to allow for adjustments, it is still fundamentally an incomplete product. Early cars had a lot of software bugs, poor quality control, and the occasional malfunction, as experience has shown. Somewhere in this place is a fantastic car that just needs a little more work to be finished before it can be released to the public. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click down below and leave me a comment about which supercar you prefer to have. Thanks for watching.